I've been going through old school style RPGs and dungeon crawlers for the last week or two, and we might just be on the cusp of a dungeon crawler renaissance. Turns out there are a ton that look promising. We're going to skip the classics because I know you've already played those. We're going to focus on the newer, upcoming, and some obscure games. I'll even throw in a bonus game at the end if you stay tuned. So let's start with Underkeep. Underkeep is the first game that I want to talk about here for a reason. This may be the dungeon crawler I'm the most excited to play when it finally comes out. Underkeep takes the old school dungeon crawler formula and modernizes it, not by making everything easier, but simplifying the way that it feels to play. Everything is very intuitive and smooth, and the environments allow you to interact with them in a pretty great way. The art style is reminiscent of those old school RPGs from back in the day, and it has some really well done pixel art, especially in the monsters. Combat is turn-based and tactical. You're given many different tools to use with different kinds of magic and various skills. You need to choose your actions wisely because this game will kill you if you get careless. And Underkeep doesn't limit you just to dungeon exploration. There'll be villages to explore and outdoor locales to immerse yourself into as well. If you'd like to try the game out for yourself, the demo's out right now, but they haven't announced a release date, so we may have to be a bit patient for this one. And if you really want that classic Might and Magic style experience in something new, Wardens of Chaos looks like that's exactly what it's offering. Wardens of Chaos is open world. You can have a party of 4 adventurers that you can fully customize. There are 10 different classes with 9 magic schools and many different kinds of martial skills. And magic skills have 5 different tiers as well. When I tried the demo for myself, I was surprised at how similar this was to Might and Magic 6, 7, and 8. It was very smooth to play through as well, so this one has a lot of potential. It really hits those notes of freedom of exploration and depth in systems, and you can try the demo for yourself right now on Steam. The Secret of Weepstone is a stylish dungeon crawler that makes a big effort to pull you in with its storytelling right from the start. I was surprised by the amount of voiceover that was done for this game. It gives it this sort of narrative structure that doesn't require you to read books of info dumps. You can just kick back and relax and listen to it. The world is very grim, almost in the same way of something like a Fear and Hunger, where even the toilets can take you out if you aren't careful. Combat is turn-based and allows you to take your time to plan things out, and they've really made an attempt to make this feel like traditional pen and paper RPGs, complete with dice rolls for skill checks and for combat. There's even a unique mechanic where by allowing certain party members to die, they can give the rest of your team certain buffs. You'll have to decide for yourself whether that's worth it. You can try the demo right now on Steam, and they're aiming for a release date sometime in 2026. Dungeons of Dusk feels almost like a combination of old school RPGs, Doom, and the visuals of Splatterhouse. The game is based in the same world as the boomer shooter called Dusk, a game that has done very well for itself. It's set in between episodes of that game. This is one of the more unique combinations that I put on this list, but somehow they managed to make it all work together in a pretty satisfying way. You'll have to make sure to really explore it in this one because there are a ton of secret areas that give you various loot as you move through the dungeons. This is another one with turn-based combat that allows you to attack at any point on seeing the enemies as long as you have the bullets to blast them. And apart from the 30-level campaign, there are also multiple different modes, an arena mode, a boss rush mode, and survival mode that you can play as well. Dungeons of Dusk will be releasing sometime in 2026 on Steam. And heading back to the realm of Might and Magic style games, we have King's Courier. This is a party-based RPG with free-roaming exploration and real-time combat, with all sorts of different puzzles to keep you busy. Their plan is to make a smaller scale project to begin, with the goal of turning this into a multi-game franchise that will scale up significantly in the next game. This one's pretty interesting because the developer behind the popular Might and Magic Merge mod has joined the team to develop the game, so that means someone with significant experience with Might and Magic is part of the dev team. Outside of a trailer that showcases some of the systems and gameplay, we don't have much from this one as of yet, so we'll have to stay tuned. It does look very promising though. They have set their release date to somewhere in 2026. It may not be that long before we can check it out for ourselves, so make sure to wishlist it on Steam. The next game on the list is a bit more experimental, but it's a game that you can play right now because it released back in 2022. Potato Flowers in Full Bloom is a bit more cozy than many of the other games on this list, but it doesn't lack in depth either, with plenty of different classes to try out and dungeons to crawl through. As you get into combat and transitions into a more JRPG-like viewpoint, and you'll need to choose your actions carefully. The combat expects you to be able to block and dodge in certain situations, and if you don't, you're going to find yourself dead. So, while on the surface, the game has a comfy atmosphere, it isn't light on the difficulty. This is a game that has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and for good reason, but it could use some more players, so maybe go check it out for yourself. You can play it on Nintendo Switch or on PC. And I decided to add a little bit of a bonus because news of this game just arrived in the last weeks. That's right, I'm talking about Vampire Crawlers. This one kind of came out of nowhere. A really cool combination of dungeon crawlers and roguelike choices with combat that lets you choose different cards to fight with. It's a game from the creator of Vampire Survivors, who popularized a subgenre of games, and now they're trying to do the same thing here with dungeon crawlers. It's a really cool idea, one that I think dungeon crawler fans should keep an eye on, because if it does well, it could really kick the genre into high gear, or it could spur other developers to take parts of the dungeon crawler formula and make other things with it. So that could be really exciting. That's it. 6 games and a bonus game that are like Might and Magic and Wizardry. Hopefully you found something here that interests you. And if you have any other games like these that you think people should check out, old or new, make sure to put those in the comments so people can find games that are new for them. For more videos about RPGs of all kinds, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.